trying to come today and either have transportation or medical problems, so we're going to present their testimony for them. Thank you. And I will present testimony on behalf of Sharna, Levere, Collier. My name is Sharna Levere Collier. I am 45 years old and live with my son who is 19. In the past year, I had to leave the housing I was living in with my husband and my son because of domestic violence by my husband. My brother allowed me to come stay with him for a while, but one day we got into an argument and he beat me up, so I had to leave there too. I then moved into a domestic violence shelter in Levere. Soon after that, my husband kicked out my son, who was left with nowhere to live. I did not want my son to have to live without me or in a shelter for adult men because he has experienced a lot of trauma in his life. For a while, a friend of mine let us stay with her, but the friend didn't have room for my son, so she said we could not stay. We then started sleeping in my car. We slept in my car for more than 2 weeks. I applied for emergency assistance shelter with my son on or about September 13th at the Dudley Square DHCD office. I told them that my son and I were sleeping in and living out of my car. They told me that before they could place us in shelter, they would have to have someone come to verify that we were sleeping in our car. They said someone would call me about that, but no one ever called. I went back to the DHCD office on Monday, September 17th, but we were still not placed. As I was leaving the office, I was interviewed by some nice young people who asked me about my experience trying to get shelter. A day or two later, I got a call from a legal services attorney saying she had seen my interview responses and was worried about us. She called at about 8 o'clock in the morning when my son and I were still resting in the car. The night before, there had been a horrible wind and rainstorm, and we were very tired and upset. The lawyer advised us to go back to the DHCD office and apparently talk to someone at DHCD because that day we got placed in shelter. Staying in that car was a truly awful experience. Why should good families who have fallen on hard times and are just trying to keep their children safe be put in these positions? I hope the rules are changed so that no one ever has to do it again. I would also like to say, if it weren't for the young people who interviewed me and the legal services attorney, I fear we would still be in that car. Thank you for listening. Thank you.